Alright, YouTube, it's time for another Stop and Chat, and I'm sure you guys have heard the big news that Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire and registered sex offender, has been arrested. Now, I believe this was a violation of his probation, which triggered the arrest. And Styx made a really good video about this yesterday. I'll go ahead and put that in the description down below. And I want to go ahead and echo a point that he made yesterday. So he was talking about how a lot of these people in the QAnon crowd, and basically just those in general that are concerned about our elites and how they're involved with child trafficking and pedophilia in general. He was saying how the media often dubs these people as conspiracy theorists. Now, keep in mind, the term conspiracy theorists was spawned by the CIA in the 1950s when Operation Mockingbird really started to take off. And they invented the term essentially to discredit and humiliate those that went against the government's narrative. So, more recently, you had people, and Jon Stewart pointed this out, you had first responders that were getting sick, and when they complained, they were essentially told that they were crazy. So these people really don't have any shame when it comes to dubbing these people conspiracy theorists. So he's right, yeah, they do dub them conspiracy theorists, and he also made the point of the fact that a lot of these people within the media are most likely involved in this scene, the child trafficking and pedophilia. And they use their platform to gatekeep, spread misinformation, lies, propaganda, etc., etc. And that's essentially why we're called the silent majority, is because, we make up a majority of the country, I'd say about 80%. Yet we are completely, consistently as well, censored and ridiculed and mocked. And, that it is what it is. So just keep that in mind. It's not necessarily an even playing field. And I think it's going to change this, and I really do think it's going to change. Just with all the things that the TV media has done in the last 3 years, they've just really just dropped the ball in terms of conducting real journalism. You can't even call it that anymore. It's just propaganda. So anyways, Styx made a really good point there, and that video is down below. You guys should check it out. So I want to go ahead and give my feelings, or my thoughts about this. With Jeffrey Epstein, he is not the kingpin in all this. He is more or less a middleman. The kingpins, the names of these kingpins, you'll be able to find them in Jeffrey's little black book and or his flight log. So the little black book is essentially a guest book of all the people that have visited his island, where all these other registered sex offenders live, and they have parties and stuff. And I'm sure they pay the police and the feds off, basically never to come around there. I'm sure the feds are, participating in some of these activities down there, especially the CIA. They've been into that shit forever. But the flight logs too. That's a list of people that have flown on the Lolita Express, which is Jeffrey Epstein's private airplane. And for what it's worth, yes, Trump has flown on the Lolita Express. He, I believe, he flew only once from Florida to New York. It was a one-way trip. And he's been photographed with Jeffrey Epstein as well. And Douglas Ducote, the fellow here on YouTube, the U.S. Army veteran, he actually pointed that out. He said, unfortunately, yeah, Trump has been associated with this scumbag. And I was looking in the comment section there, and somebody made the point of when Trump found out that Jeffrey Epstein had been using, or been trying to target his employees' daughters, employees of the I believe it was Mar-a-Lago, or just the Trump organization in general. But when Epstein was starting to target his employees' daughters, he really started to see what was wrong there. And and you could probably say, well, keep your enemies closer. That's the reason why he was photographed with them. I don't know. That's to be seen. But I don't. As a whole, I don't think that Trump is involved with this. I mean, you look at all the things that have happened in the Trump administration in terms of crackdown on child trafficking and pedophilia. And the rhetoric alone is enough to scare people. And that's another thing I want to mention too, not to get too off topic here, but do you guys remember right before Trump got elected, you had all these celebrities coming out that were saying, well, if Trump gets elected, I'm going to move because I just don't want to be in this country when he's president. Amy Schumer said Spain. I think Ellen Page said she was going back to Canada, Spain, various places. Just just obviously sounding ridiculous. Looking at back in hindsight, they haven't moved away, but I do have a feeling that's going to happen eventually. That celebrities and other people are just going to be fleeing the country like crazy. And the reason why is you look at people like Roman Polanski, a convicted child rapist. He raped a 13-year-old girl in Jack Nicholson's hot tub. And it's funny because Whoopi Goldberg came out and was like, I don't know if it was rape, just trying to be an apologist for Roman Polanski. You also had Hollywood as a whole at the Oscars stand up and give him a standing ovation when he won Best Director for, I believe it was the Pianist. And you had Meryl Streep, you had Martin Scorsese, you had Jack Nicholson all standing and clapping. I believe the only person that was there that wasn't clapping was Nicolas Cage. He was like looking around like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? It's probably why they don't cast them in movies anymore. Him, Elijah Wood, Keanu Reeves, Corey Feldman, all these people. But anyways, that's something to think about, and I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility that you're going to see all these celebrities moving out of the country in massive waves. But going back to Jeffrey Epstein, he certainly isn't the kingpin in all this. You're going to have to take a look at his little black book. You're going to have to see all the names there. You're going to see a lot of names of politicians, celebrities, bankers, basically anybody that we consider, or what they want us, or whom they want us to consider the elites and or thought leaders. But we obviously know that these people have agendas. These people are consistently trying to tell us how to vote. Get the evil orange man out, vote Democrat. It's all they, really, they just parrot the same thing, and they do it. They parrot the lie until it becomes true. But I think people are waking up, and people are certainly taking a lot of interest in this story because, who's in the book. And in closing, I don't know what's going to happen to this arrest. I don't know if Jeffrey Epstein's going to get whacked. I don't know if he's going to squeal. I do have to believe that the plea bargain that was offered to him is certainly trying to encourage him to squeal. But we never know. We honestly never know what's going to happen. But you just have to have faith that everything's going to work out. You just kind of have to believe that karma is going to, maybe straighten these people out. And, karma has a really weird way of doing things. All these people that think that they can get away because they're protected by the law or, by anything else, any other kind of artificial barriers, they're going to find out later in life that, all their efforts to essentially cover their tracks are just going to go in vain. These people are going to realize, well, I really did do something wrong. Roman Polanski's going to realize what he did wrong, and that's just going to be the end of that. So if we are not able to get justice for all those children that have been raped and killed, then I just have to believe that God's going to do the right thing. And that's all I can really do. I can't lose sleep over this. I know Trump has. They say Trump only gets 90 minutes of sleep, and there's a lot of theories about that. Oh, he takes a lot of Adderall and shit like that. I honestly think it's because of what he's seen. You had people that had seized, you had law enforcement personnel who had seized the laptop of Anthony Weiner. And you had grown men crying at the images that were found on Anthony Weiner's laptop. So keep in mind, when he got his hands on all this intel, he most certainly probably saw the same things that these New York police officers saw. And I wouldn't blame him if he has lost sleep over it. But anyways, I just have to believe that God's going to do the right thing. If Trump can't get it done, if we can't get it done, then God will get it done. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless, and I'll see you later.